south in a few years.
I mean,
incredible.
He basically already is. What?
Minus!
I was not told about this.
Neither was I.
I didn't notice this. I just was not. Like, when this came up, I was like, for a split second when the CG came in, I was like, oh, Rich gets to play another game. No, it's Minuous! Where my support Ezreal didn't buy items and basically ran it down in the lane. And I said, like, is anyone watching this Ezreal? And I just responded, like, I'm going to report you to me. Because I also died in the 2v2. I'm like, guys. Anyway, I know EUS can be... Every server has its bad eggs. So.
Yeah.
Let's not compare. Let's not do greater than, less than.
It takes all types to make a world.
Yeah. I'm just saying, we don't go...
have a League of Legends ecosystem, we also need EU.
I'm just saying, do the Korean teams go boot camp on EUW during the offseason?
No,
I rest my case.
No, they don't.
I rest my case.
Sometimes during Worlds, though, they do go over there and obliterate it, and that's very funny. I remember following Showmaker as he just destroyed his way to Challenger on EUS. That was very, very fun. That was a few years ago now, though, and we are quite deep into this ban phase that's going exactly the same way as last time, outside of the Nocturne ban over the Ezreal ban. So the DN Supers do not need to ban the Nocturne. We'll see what they do decide to take away instead.
Shen ban is interesting, given the Camille is already fearlessly banned. Surprised by that one. I wonder what they're worried about.
Yeah.
I might be looking for...
Oh, the Kai'Sa Shen. Maybe they were scared of that.
Maybe.
That was pretty cool.
Maybe they're just looking for an early Lulu lane of some kind here, but they have first pick, so just going to be the Ryze that was left open and available. Last game, they didn't play the Ryze Pantheon. They played the Pantheon over with the Orianna, and Ryze was taken, was not taken by
either side.
Took the Galio. So, anyways, Bard is up. Bard with Caitlyn is a classic for Peter Duckdom. I said it backwards, but Caitlyn Bard. That is what these bottom laners like to play.
And so Peter has had some rough times on the Bard and some great times. In the semi-final of the Casper Cup, he looked terrible, I'm not going to lie, on the Bard. But then did find redemption in the final.
He won on the other picks after that, so it was fine.
Oh, he
as
did.
Karma, Ezreal was always going to come through as a response, and Minuous will be playing his first game here on that Karma.
Really gets to demonstrate his mechanical prowess by saying a whole bunch of gobbledygook and throwing things around.
Syndra will be the response to the Ryze, so engage here somewhat limited for QMDRX right now. They'll lose the Xin pick. A Vayne ban, making you feel like maybe there could be a Gnar in our future for Frog.
All right, Vayne and Xin, and now what?
Jarvan is already banned. Thinning out the jungle pool a little bit here.
Yeah, these jungle picks could get interesting. But Nefiri's still up, I guess. There are still some things that are relatively meta still up and available. Trundle going to be removed.
Kind of feel like it's a pretty good, even though it's not common, it's a good Wukong angle for sure.
Nah, it's a Kiana angle. It's a Kiana angle. He's got to go out with a Kiana game. Right? Surely. There is no way he doesn't
I'm getting mixed,
slam Kiana right now.
I'm getting mixed signals from the Vayne and Gnar bans here.
Oh, no, it's Nefiri.
Well, he might give us a game 3 and then go out on the Kiana. He could go out on LCK's first Kiana win.
That would be so sick. Do it, Shovel. Don't be scared.
It looks like he's not doing it in this game. It looks like it's probably Ambessa for Frog, I guess, based on these bans. And they do need engage of some kind, but Ambessa likes to follow the engage usually. And there's a route for the Ryze and a route for the Karma, so maybe.
Ooh, Sante.
Santeing.
And I think now Willow wants to play something with some sort of engage, because there's just none here yet.
What engage is left? Vi? I guess Vi is up. No,
wait.
Vi's not up. No, Vi's banned.
Oh, Vi's banned. Okay, thank goodness.
For a second, I was like, wait, what? What in the world? Oh, no, it's banned. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it has.
There's the Wukong, so they do ultimately decide to go with that one. It's pretty good into the Nefiri. But I don't know, it's pretty situational with this draft in terms of setup.
Yeah.
So
not 100% sold on the draft just yet, but it is pretty stock standard, pretty Ryze group friendly. You know, you can understand what it's trying to do. Mordekaiser. That is a very fun pick. And Dudu has been one of our Mordekaiser guys over time. And even though I don't like the new Mordekaiser, I do like Mordekaiser in general.
Okay, well, it's pretty strong. You can just, I mean, there's a few things you could do with this pick. If the Cassante is trying to frontline, you could just remove that and then allow the rest of your team to get access everywhere else. You can also just ult the Wukong when he tries to go in.
Yeah.
And you're impervious to dives. You were also impervious to dives with pretty much any pick because you're playing against Cassante Wukong. So they didn't need the weak side Mordekaiser. But it means that if you're playing through bottom side with your Caitlyn Bard, which should be pretty strong because the Caitlyn outranges the Ezreal, even though they have a Karma that mitigate that, then you could just keep sending Sharvel bottom side to get further advantages before the Wukong can be relevant. And then if he tries to gank top, you have the Mordekaiser there. They have Tempered Fate to remove people on one side of the fight, and then they got the Mordekaiser on the other side. They could like instantly remove like 3 people.
That's what I'm thinking. And also Syndra just instantly removes someone as well.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like Minas is going to be able to play the game. Like it's just going to have the power unleashed on him.
It's just like it's a magic trick. It's
yeah.
gonna make them disappear. Maybe
he's going to say last little and he's dead. Is probably how it's going to go.
Yeah.
So I'm actually like really intrigued about this DN Supers draft. I actually think it could work extraordinarily well.
The core of it is that strong pushing Caitlyn lane. As long as they don't mess that up, I feel like this draft gets simple. Here is a much trickier draft for the underdogs here, up against the Supers down 1-0.
Exactly. Let's see whether KRX and DRX can fight back to get another rift. Game 2.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, ready for game number 2 to see whether KRX and DRX can bring us to 6 games on the day, twice in a row. Would be unprecedented. I also think it's going to be very difficult. I really like this DNS draft. I just think it's such a cool concept of we don't have a frontline, but we don't need one. We're just going to remove your champions from the map. It's kind of reminiscent of Poppy comps that can just evict a couple of people and then create a one-sided fight. I think you're just always going to find yourself with a one-sided fight.
Fed carry on the other
find
side?
Things the right time.
Just take them out.
Yep.
Gone. The thing about the Mordekaiser ult is it lasts for a really long time compared to, for example, the Tempered Fate, which is very brief. So,
and then Mordekaiser comes out of it, and he's really, really, really strong.
Yeah. Assuming that it went well with what he did, but that's
that is
how
true.
It goes. Sometimes it doesn't work that way, but
it also means that like setups around dragons and barons and stuff like that become very difficult because you can just lose your jungler. Mordekaiser just kind of takes them to the Shadow Realm, and then they're just not available when it comes to smiting stuff.
Yeah,
a little bit of a rough one.
He is going to just try to look for some aggressive trades and proc his passive repeatedly into this Cassante, which, you know, Cassante has to play through his Q a little bit less comfortable than a lot of matchups. So Dudo also has the shield to play through if he wants to utilize that to absorb some of the damage when Frog goes for his trades. It's a fun matchup into any champion that's more tanky or a little bit slower, not able to look for aggressive all-ins.
Oh, man, that would have been so annoying.
That would have been like the mental game is over.
Oh, yeah, just done. Minas some health in the bottom lane.
I swear I've always in my head, and I apologize earlier for everyone, but I thought it was Minuus the whole time. Like I've always just I thought that was it.
I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it correctly. I'm artosising.
No. I think you're right. I've just realized I've been wrong the whole time. All it took was him playing in the LCK for me to get it right.
I just know that it's not minus.
No,
because it doesn't have an O. So I think I'm just going with it this way. Oh, Frog decides to go the way of the Death Grip anyway, as now Peter is going to have to break the chains of the bind. He does manage to do so. Aiming looking worse for wear, though. Look at Doctarm. He is just chilling here in this bottom lane.
He's happy because he's got a barrier. His support is healing up. And he's dodging Qs.
Oh, man, they're dodging everything. They can see the Matrix. It's happening in front of their eyes right now.
I'll just say, get back here.
Yeah.
Go into the turret. Yeah, get back in the wave where you belong.
He's beginning to believe. All right. Closer on the wave, and Yukal wandering his way back in. A weird teleporting Rise this time around. Oftentimes we do see the Ghost from the Rise. And the Syndra is working as far as the counter pick is concerned. We've seen this one be up and down as far as counter picks in the LCK.
Yeah, it's really based on Well, a lot of factors, right? The Syndra, if you hit everything, is so oppressive in almost every matchup, but what it does out of lane, even if you do get the lane pressure on it, you deny your opponent some farm, is based on your composition. And I think this comp does have a lot of tools to make it happen as oof.
Oh no, straight back into the passive. It's just circling around, being frustrating.
He's like, wait, I don't want to queue him onto me, actually.
Mordekaiser in melee matchups, man, it just feels so good.
Crisante's like, get over here. Wait, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was a pretty good trade, but it won't actually matter because it is a tank versus tank matchup here. And, yeah.
Yeah, when Dudu gets his first couple of items, though, it's going to be very, very tough for Frog. Riftmaker is so strong.
Like they
on,
were
Mordekaiser.
They were looking for a gank as well, and he's gonna have to leave. They had vision of the Bard over there, and he does not have teleport. He is just getting pushed out of lane hard. As Minus
How many times has he gone back? UCal just really good friends with Boris, I guess. Let's have another conversation as he does pick up a Ruby Crystal as well.
When the Bard roams, it costs you bottom side control a little bit, but Doctom is not really that concerned about the flanking karma, as you guys could see there. It's just gonna rejoin with Peter. Does have a CS deficit,
yeah,
which is not great if you're trying to play this Caitlyn lane, but they played the top lane, which is exactly the opposite of what I expected, and I think part of what Frog expected, but he has to respect it and leaves the lane.
Well, so far, Minus hasn't necessarily impacted the game too much, but still very early days. And Ezreal Karma is going to be very, very strong in the mid-game especially. Level 6 gained here by Dudu. Does have access to that Death Realm. And Frog with his all-out now completed as well.
Looking to push aiming out of this river and look for a fight. I mean, it's a really big time to fight here for DNS. They got Berserker's Greaves on Doctom. They have Closer with mid-prio, but not going to overextend here. This Wukong, even without ult, was in a really strong position to deny the fight.
Yep. Haven't seen too much from Shabel. He's been farming a heck of a lot. Getting towards that level 6 ever so slowly. And I believe one more camp will be able to get him there. Might be able to just flip over this wall and look to start off this dragon. You can see that is what he's trying to do as Minus taking too much damage here towards his bottom side.
Yeah, that was him just trying to hold the wave for aiming, and now he's like, mission accomplished. I guess we can push the lane. And aiming's like, you need to go home. We're not pushing anything. Thank you for holding, though. I am the Gold King, my faithful new servant.
Indeed. There is that dragon taken, and Shabel does hit level 6 as well. I just really hope that we can watch this top lane for the majority of the game. Not as keen?
Nah, not until we see more than just like Dudu pushing waves in.
They're
we had
so
that one cool
satisfied.
fight.
They both slam the ground so aggressively.
What's with hammers, by the way, on champions and characters in general, just not doing a lot of damage? You would think if someone swings a hammer like that, it would take like half of the health bar of any character in any video game, but it's like, nah, it's just a slight tap, actually.
I mean, yeah, if you get bonked the way like Dudu slams it down when he presses his obliterate button, you probably should just die immediately, shouldn't you?
Right.
It probably would make more sense.
Is his hammer made of cardboard or something?
Yeah.
Maybe that's just...
Yeah, it's just a balsa wood one. Like, everyone's cosplaying now, something like that. And so even if you do have a cosplay one, it does take a bit of your health bar off. You hit enough by it, and you are going to probably pass out. All right, now we've made sense of the whole situation.
It feels like we might be going into one of those longest First Blood type territory games here.
Yeah, wait, so how many minutes do we have? It's about 39 minutes if we want to beat the longest all-time record.
Not all-time. I mean, all-time's crazy. That's not
we might have First Blood, in fact, going down not now. Maybe now, as aiming is just going to get netted on and murdered. We need to talk about First Bloods more often if we want
That's for you, Cronny. Just in case you still weren't believing.
Yeah, he did mention, like, it was just the other day that he said caster curses weren't real, and that was when he was, like, right in amongst a caster curse being real. And so I think it's hopeless. He's never going to learn.
Yeah, I mean, it's problematic, but, you know, all he can do is just spout his nonsense and put that.
True. He can tell his new students when he starts his job.
Well, aiming dies pretty unceremoniously, and it turns the whole bottom side of the map into a disaster. It's a 600 gold lead for the Caitlyn, and
I received some feedback, by the way, in chat. Gameboy736 is questioning my netted on. As you can see that net? That allowed Docdom to get on aiming.
Yeah, he netted on him.
I think he kind of netted on him.
He netted on him.
That's my explanation. So that I'm not calling you out or anything like that, but that's what I meant by netted on.
Yeah, that's what Caitlyn does to close the gap sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes just nets on.
Sometimes you could say netted on in a defensive sense.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry to call you out. We just wanted something to do.
You could even say if he bought space and then killed someone, like a melee champion who's getting on top, he netted off someone.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. You can certainly, if you're going to use somebody else in order to reposition with your 90 caliber net, that could be, oh man, that was so cool! It was like a slam dunk by Dudu. Look at him do a slam dunk move and 0 damage and not really a whole much of anything at all.
His circle nowadays just doesn't do that much damage. The minions are like, ooh, it's a little bit warmer now. Thank you.
Yeah. I do like the chains with that particular death grip.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm normally a ace of clubs Mordekaiser guy.
Dudu did make one critical mistake that we haven't talked about, is that he didn't spam guitar at the beginning of the game, which is actually what you're supposed to do as Mordekaiser.
Yeah.
Didn't do that.
All right.
Oh, well.
Aiming back into the lane once again, looking to see whether he can recover from this whole situation.
Peter is on vision here.
Oh dear, headshot. Peter is going to find a bit of damage, but Minus does take the Bard for a walk.
Look at Closer's first item. He's going Ludens. He's doing burst.
He is.
He's not doing any of that torch, slow, boring gameplay. He's doing the... He's going to the theme of remove the champions from the team fight. Aiming might be removed from this lane. Yeah, but, pretty good at that.
Yeah, just going to say goodbye.
Watch this first Q. Oh, it's scatter first. Ouch.
Still owie. Okay, DNS are just kind of winning everywhere. Well,
yeah, Duckdom is going to ult to...
Oh, no.
Get the
barrier and still stopped.
Oh!
That is so annoying.
That's like... I mean, for Duckdom, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, but...
For aiming, you're like, should I stay? Am I possibly just going to die a second time to try to get this wave? Because I think I have to. Charvel's over here, though, and he is safe for the moment. But it's going to be Minus... No more to protect. They're going to get some extra vision here. Aiming does not get netted on or netted off of.
All right. Docdom going to do a bit of damage here as Peter throwing out some cosmic bindings. And Aiming just getting shot multiple times. Like, this is not how the Ezreal Karma is supposed to feel. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I've got Wadid just, like, being very upset about the fact that Ezreal Karma was picked. And it's just not able to win.
It's not. It's not working. And unfortunately, it's due to... Oh, Peter? Okay, he's fine. It's due to a few of the factors that have happened in this game, like Minus missing a bunch of Qs, the fact that Bard is really strong, the fact that Ezreal's outranged, the fact that Ezreal is just getting annoyed again.
What the heck, man? Can you not let this man go home in peace?
He will eventually go home. He's on. I don't think he'll be stopped this time.
Yeah,
but he died. Been struggling to farm.
Oh, it's a Hextech soul as well, Wolf.
Yeah, that's good. That's important. Mountain Drake second. So that's a pretty high value set of dragons in this game. Mountain Ocean, early Ocean, very powerful. Into Mountain, which has a lot of resistances for this Mordekaiser, who went Riftmaker.
Yep, he's done it.
So he's more damaging than some other builds. Still not really hurting that much right now, but maybe one day. Maybe he goes full AP.
It is a feel-good spike to come through. We'll see what he does decide to build next. The Chovy Cannon can be pretty nice. True Shot Barrage not going to quite find Closer here, as he's looking to try and defend this top outer turret. When it comes on over, they do have a fair bit of vision in the area.
It's Hex Gates, though, so they got to be careful. I mean, the collapse is very fast here. Peter doesn't have his Tempered Fate. They get very happy about that.
Yeah, he's just going to face check here, as we can see. Just not looking scared at all.
He's got a Blast Cone to play through. He's going to give Valdez a bit of a shock, but otherwise...
Yeah, and does have Magical Journey, so can always just get himself over the wall. No worries there at all. So
DRX are behind in this game, but it looks like they don't know how to fix that. And the early game of the Wukong is always a little bit weak, right? Always going to be a little bit problematic. But this hasn't even been like a jungle gap where Charvel's doing way more. They had that push onto Frog that one time. Otherwise, the junglers have been kind of kind of chill in this game, and Willer just has not been able to find any angles. They have so much prio in all 3 lanes with the Syndra, the pushing Caitlyn, and then this Mordekaiser that KMDRX is just kind of scaling until their turrets disappears. Here's a play. Maybe.
All right, looking for an angle, and then DNS just leave. Man, that's
I
so
see your ultimate.
frustrating.
I'll raise you 1 base.
Yeah, look at DNS guy.
It's crying DNS guy.
He is definitely psyched about this. Aiming not so much.
Put him
Doc's
back
just
up.
going to shoot him.
Put him back up.
Oh God, aiming, yeah, 0-2-0.
It was just a cry from help from DNS guy to tell the observers to pan to mid. He was like, we're winning over there. You guys better not miss it. Put me down.
Oh God.
Yeah, so
Yeah, when does it get better?
it, well, when 2 items get hit for the Ezreal, this is like what a parent would say to a QMDRX fan as a child. You know, like, look, when Ezreal gets 2 items, baby, that's when he'll do the thing.
Oh man, I like how we got the satisfying E, and then we're moving towards his top side. Tempered Fate does come down onto UCal, but Menace is not going to get targeted here by Closer. He knows the one he really wants to kill is this Rise. He's just still looking for some angles as he does break the chain once again.
This really just isn't selling last game of the season to me really hard, this game that we're watching right now, Atlas.
Yeah.
It's the most quiet stomp that I've like. This looks like a Genji Legend Group stomp in terms of scoreline and gold, but the macro and the micro just don't live up to it either. It's just like DNS are just playing pretty good and QMDRX are falling over.
Aiming avoided getting netted on
Yeah, he
again.
didn't get net on there.
Not that time. Managed to get out of the net. But Doctom is still going to take his crockery away. Closer is also scattering the weak, and Willer is filling that category right now.
QMDRX are just like, they're lost. They're trying, like, maybe we could do Herald behind the enemy team that's pushing our whole base. Oh no, we can't do that one either. The bottom turret's getting worn down. This top turret is basically dead. They have no realm warp. They're going to TP for contest.
Okay, let's see whether Frog can go all out. DN Super's looking in a little bit of trouble here, but there's the scat of the week onto Frog. Shovel taking a bit of damage here as the Rift Herald should be secured. Oh no! It's taken by Shovel. He just flips on over and grabs the iron now. Dudu wants to take someone to the Death Realm, but instead he just slowly clomps his way back towards the top lane.
This is definitely, that fight, if you could call it a fight for Herald, encapsulates this whole game.
Yeah, nothing happens and then DNS takes the stuff.
Exactly. QMDRX like, please don't take my stuff. And they walk over aggressively and they'll watch DNS take their stuff. It's pretty sad.
And Dudu
sad.
hitting Frog here in this top lane.
The most interesting to happen this game is a Mordekaiser taking like 1/5 of a Cassante so far.
Yeah. And Frog dashing out of the way of these death grips. All right, Closer playing base skin Syndra as well, which is something we just really do not see.
It's my favorite Syndra skin.
It's pretty cool,
I think
actually.
the original model is very cool.
Yep. Inquisitor is the one that a lot of people are playing these days. It was previously banned because the orbs were really difficult to see and is now since being put back in as Tempered Fate going to hold Willer in position. There is the trap set up, and oh no, this is so hard. But he is able to get himself out of there. Interrupts Shovel, who tried to ult on top of him. Frog going to follow the magical journey. He is pretty tanky. True Shot Barrage gets a fair bit of value, but now Shovel goes untargetable. Looking to get on top of Menace. Menace able to blast cone his way out. Another soul point available here for DNS.
And they're all grouped here.
There is no jungler for KMDRX. Frog just making his way in.
They don't have any engage. What are they going to do? Watch them? Yes.
Well, now Dudu looking for a bit of an angle here. That is going to be the Drake secured scat of the week. Phenomenal as UCal. He just wants to realm warp everyone out, and Froggy missed the bus. Oh no, he left his travel card at home, and Dudu was able to take him out. I believe he was put in the Death Realm anyway.
The Cassante was like, I'm going to engage. We don't have any engage. I'm going to do it. And UCal was like, we don't do that, by the way. If you're engaging, we're leaving you behind. We just let them take our stuff while we watch it. Oh, what a tragic way to play your last game of the regular season. Like, I want to hype this up. I know a lot of people get a little bit annoyed when we do the whole joking around and the game is slow thing, but like, we got nothing here.
We
really
do have.
trying.
What about Ganondorf Mordekaiser though? Like when you do like claim the soul in the Death Realm, like very, very cool.
Yeah, look at this.
Oh my god, it's so
The observers
sick,
know.
man.
안에 봐줘.
Sorry,
Stop,
man,
stop,
you're
stop,
in
stop.
Death Realm. You can't get in the Realm Warp.
Yeah, no Death Realm Warp for you.
Yeah, we're in the no Death Realm Warp, where we all live, but you're in the Death Realm, so you die.
Yeah.
UCal is going to need some help up here.
Well, Willer is here.
Well, he came here to watch, unfortunately.
Yeah, Closer didn't need much help. He just He just breathed on the turret. And that one is going to go down. Dr. I'm just going to walk towards this one and take that out as well.
I do want to, in all seriousness, I do want to say DNS's macro, really good.
It's improved by an exceptional margin.
And when they know the enemy team doesn't really have engaged, they're like, well, let's just push the envelope on pushing everything, including, you know, now inner turrets, and see if they can handle it. And so far, KRX not really handling it, not really having a good time, as there's 6,000 gold up with 3 kills to the game.
Yeah,
3 dragons, 3 grubs.
Wait, Wolf, it's a perfect game.
Oh my god, wait.
Like, so far.
Oh my god.
It's about as perfect as it
Wait,
could
is
be.
that what they're playing for?
I mean, there's 4 plates that have been taken. That's all that KRX have got.
Oh my god, I didn't even... Is it happening? Are they just going to push to end right now? Am I getting way too excited?
Is DNS the perfect team? Would, you know, like, maybe...
Imagine ending the season that way.
Yeah. Maybe they have finally made the perfect system. Maybe Clue's finally been successful. That's all right. Dudu is going to get slammed back towards Frog here. Another Death Grip does come on down.
Okay, the Scatter's not going to hit. He's down on Flash. That significantly increases the chances of him dying and ruining the perfect game. So Closer, I'm not going to put that in the pros column. I'll put that in a big minus, and not the support on QMDRX. That's minus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been asked not to cast a curse. It's definitely not a perfect game. Like, these things happen, and they're just going to lose.
Yeah,
a
it
turret.
always is almost a perfect game.
Yeah.
It never really is.
So don't worry, guys. It might look like it's potentially a perfect game, but it's just never going to happen.
How fitting would it be to have the most imperfect season? Well, I mean, they kind of outdid that last year. It was a little bit less perfect last season. But to have basically the imperfect season, but to end the season with a perfect game after being the most recent Korean champion in a League of Legends tournament?
Man,
Does that give them the right to play in play-ins? No, it's against the rules.
No, that's not how that
Does
works.
that give them the right to play in a Worlds? Oh, we don't do Worlds qualifiers. Does that?
Yeah.
It's sad. We'll never know what the potential of this roster could be, right? But that's the tragedy of DNS. No one ever wanted to know until now everyone's talking about it. Now everyone's like, wow, this is the biggest turnaround in like League of Legends history. I can't think of another time a team turned it around this hard. Like DRX, not even close. Where DRX won in 2020,
I mean,
2022.
It's pretty close, Wolf.
No, I mean they were actually.
No, they weren't. They were 6th place. They were pretty awful.
But this team's 10th place. They had 1 win.
Yeah.
They had 1 win. Like, they weren't even able to be, like, in a conversation about getting 9th place. They weren't able to be in a conversation for 9th.
That was 2022, where we had 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And so I think DNS would actually be in a very different circumstance if we had the same format. Unfortunately, it's a bit less forgiving.
That's true.
As Willa is going to try and take some wolves, but is unable to do so.
Nobody die, please.
I feel like Peter is about to die. Like, it's okay. Never mind. Magical Journey.
He's got his locket. That's extra help for. He's got flash. He's fine. Don't worry.
He's got Swifties. Okay.
He's got a cloth armor.
23 seconds. Frog. Yeah, Shovel not going to be too worried about the Cassante here. Scatter the Weak will not connect onto the Frog. He's not a weak Frog.
What if QMDRX just play to deny the perfect game? I don't like that. What if they just all go 5 top and kill a turret?
Oh, no. We do see that
It's
all the
Hextech
time.
Soul, by the way, which significantly increases the chances of a perfect game if they can secure it. QMDRX are right now mostly watching, but they'll be watching and then getting slowed repeatedly.
Yeah. Which will be bad.
Round warp, here we go!
Let's see what angle they can find as Dudu. Oh, God, where did they go? Dudu is now going to get turned on. He gets a huge shield and looks to get himself out of there.
He's
Presses
out.
W again, and he is indeed
But they gotta
out.
get the dragon. They gotta get the dragon. They gotta get the dragon. They can't let that go. They can't let it go. Don't let it go.
DNS, are they going to be able to find the turn as Frog eats so much of the CC? Down he will go. Shovel now looking for the angle. Tempered Fate onto one. They look to get onto Doctom, but he nets himself away, and the double scatter is phenomenal. The DN Super's not going to be routed here as the resets come in, and Shovel takes down Menace to get 3 of these kills. Only Willer and UCal left.
Baron
the
on the
perfect game
cards.
stays alive.
Baron on the cards. DNS pushing across the rift. And with 3 dead here for KRX. Willer, the only one who could come over and ruin their day, but he takes a lot of damage. We'll have to leave. And this is going to be another objective secured. 3 grubs, 4 dragons, and a Baron. 0 deaths, no turrets down. 24 minutes in, I'm a believer, Atlas. I've never believed harder in the perfect game.
Oh, and there's even Closer in the bottom lane trying to stop UCal from
Look at this.
pushing
Look
that
at this.
way.
Oh, we skipped the Rum War play was nuts. The fact that everyone got in there that just flashed in 3 directions, and they're like, ooh, we should not have gotten in that Rum War. But the fight here is so clean. Duckdom gets back. They have no burst. They have no engage. So DNS just pick a target, and then just front to back. After the initial salvo, they're like, you guys can't turn. You can't do anything.
This is a complete and utter shutout. 10,000 gold, 25 minutes into the game. And that's on top of KRX just getting actually nothing.
A biased commentator right now. I want the perfect game. We have never had it
I
before.
think it's not biased, though, to want what hasn't been achieved so far this year. And it's so hard to get a perfect game now with so many different neutral objectives. Tempered Fate just looks pretty for a few moments as the siege is now on. Now a Realm War play. That's a nice shock. Sorry, Cyclone, but what are we achieving? There's no follow-up as now Dudu doesn't get that death grip back, and down goes Willer. Another ulti from Sharvel as Frog was on a flank angle, but now he's losing a 1v1 to a doggo. Oh dear, Sharvel finding another dagger. He's just way too far ahead.
Atlas, I think it's happening!
Yeah,
the turrets
Dudu
are
is
going
clomping
down.
over. There's the flash away, and the turrets are being attacked. In the meantime, DNS are just winning the game. Frog gonna get flipped on once again as Sharvel is looking to take him down. Pathmaker comes on forward, and I think even with an all-out, there is no way he's winning that
Peter,
fight.
careful, Peter, careful!
Yeah, the perfect game is on the line as down goes the Cassante. KRX, their entire top side is missing. There goes the perfect game. Oh, Peter, you were gonna build the perfect system. Oh God, now it's all falling apart. Duckdom's dead as well. Dudu, lay down the wrath onto those that do not allow the perfect game. Still, it's a double kill for Duckdom from the grave, and it's only minutes left alive to watch this last remaining Nexus turret fall down. The DN Supers with a 2-0 to finish out their season after going 18 match losses in a row. They will be able to at least pick up a few at the end of the year. Well, that guy was crying.
Yeah.
DNS guy. Whether or not he is the one in
Yeah,
video.
that's why I got trolled.
Aha.
Anyways, he had great scatters. He also was one Shockwave man.
Oh, no, Peter. Can't believe it.
Also, Duckers. Duckers.
Solidarity. Still manages to get the kill on the rise before he does go down.
Willer knew the objective. Deny the perfect game. He will not get perfect games. That's the good news for KRX. Didn't get perfect game in your last loss, at least.
I don't know whether this Mordekaiser skin is Ganondorf or whether it's just one of the bosses from Breath of the Wild that all kind of look similar to that. Super duper cool though.
It is very cool. I'm glad we got that one shot of him using the ult earlier.
Yeah. It's dope. I remember when that came out, there wasn't a whole lot of fanfare, but it's a very cool one. Okay, just up and to the right. Like, this was, for all intents and purposes, a perfect game. Like, you can see, there is nothing that DNS were able to, that KRX were able to pick up as far as the objectives were concerned. Just a couple of kills at the very end of the game. And Closer will be able to pick up player of the match.
Just
no surprises
Easy
anywhere.
call. Easy call. I got caught up in the perfect game scenario there at the end when I had to pull out my palm pen to vote, and it was actually much simpler. Might even be unanimous.
Yeah. And